Now we're dealing with volume of a sphere. And if you use your reference sheet, we have our sphere here, which is volume equals 4/3 times pi times r cubed. That means we're just going to take our radius times our radius times our radius 3 times. So not squared. Please be careful of that. And this is 4/3. So since we are multiplying a fraction, I'm going to put everything over 1, and that'll be a lot nicer. Okay, so I'm also going to do my work up here since there's not a whole lot of room down there. So my volume equals 4/3 times pi over 1 times radius cubed over 1, because I'm going to eventually multiply straight across. So 4/3 times pi over 1 times my radius. If 16, like this right there, it's showing my whole line, so 16 is representing the diameter. So 8 would be my radius, 8 squared over 1. And I'm going to drop 4/3 again, times pi over 1 times 64 over 1. And now I'm going to multiply straight across. And I've got 4 times 64 times 3.14. So I'm going to multiply 4 times 3.14 times 64. And that gets me 803.84. And 3 times 1 times 1 is 3. So I still have this answer in my calculator. I don't want to retype all of that, so I'm just going to go divided by 3. And that would be my answer right there. So we have 267.946. So if I want to round to the hundredths, does that 6 say give it a shove or let it go? Give it a shove. So I'm going to write 267.95 feet, and again, we're cubed. Let's do another one of these. I'll do my work up here again. Volume equals 4/3 times pi over 1. I put everything over 1. R cubed over 1. So 4/3 times pi over 1 times my radius of 4 squared over 1. So 4/3 times pi over 1 times 16 over 1. And I'm going to take my top, 4 times 3.14 times 16. And we can write 3.14 if you need to. So my calculator, 4 times 3.14 times 16. And that's 200.96 on my numerator, and my denominator, 3 times 1 times 1 is just 3. Since that's still in my calculator, I'm just going to say divided by 3, and that is 66 point, so let's see, this tells 0.9, that 6 tells the 8 to give it a shove, so 0.99 centimeters cubed. And volume equals 4/3 times pi over 1 times r cubed over 1. Ooh, I'm way over here. So I just wrote my formula over there. If you didn't get that down, pause the video and go ahead and get that written down. So volume equals 4/3 times pi over 1 times my radius is 5 squared over 1. 4/3 times pi over 1 times 25 over 1. So I'm going to take 4 times 5 is 100. 100 times 3.14. 3.14 should be 314. All divided by 3. I'm going to divide this by 3. And we get 104.666. Again, that's repeating, so we'll call that 104.67. 104.67. And there's no label, so we're going to go ahead and go units cubed.